I have to tell people I'm doing this. Share. Copy. 3 elements bot running? Fascinating. I don't know how that works. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, right. I have to tell people about this. Right. Announcements. I just still at everyone. Yes. Morning PS starting. Morning PS. Boop. Okay. I wonder. Browser. Don't mind me. That's not what I want. Does this work? Oh, it doesn't. Interesting. Huh. Can I do that? I don't know. You know, I don't think so. Or maybe I can. Let's do that differently. I bet I eventually could do it that way, but I'm already live streaming, so we're not doing that. Okay, so add window capture. Okay. Temp chat. Oh, that's already in use. Temp chat 2. Hi everyone. Look at that. Okay. Looks weird. Okay. Copy. And then I'm probably still a banana. You bet I am. Okay. And then okay. I'm gonna put this here for now. I think it won't matter. It shouldn't matter. Okay, and then oh wait, shoot, I didn't even do that? Oh my god. So now okay, and then that goes like that. Cool. That's that guy. So let me delete that. Delete. Remove. Okay. And then this has to be down here somewhere. I don't know where though. No. Anyways, welcome in. Where did I... What? No. I have no idea where that even is. I guess it's a... I have no idea what that is. Or where it is. I don't know. Discord or something? What? Huh? I can't even see what's on and what's off right now. I have no idea. Is this it? No. That's... no. What? I have no idea. This? Okay, there's that. Okay. Let me make that a different color. Green. I don't even know what that says. Banana. Okay. Let me Paste. Duplicate. Okay, where did you go? Oh. What? Do I need to do this? Oh, I need to have it like that. Hi. Welcome to this thing. I'm not quite sure how to do this. Well, if this is over here, then you're going to see me doing this. Interesting. Can I do it like that? I guess I can. Okay. All right. I guess this works. Anyways, hello. Welcome to the shit show that is my stream. Oh, stupid YouTube. Yeah, dumb YouTube. YouTube's well, it's okay. You know, I don't know how I feel about any of these internet things. Beep. Okay, well that was a bit of a fail. If I'm being fully honest with myself. That wasn't good. Alt. How's it going? Good morning. Actually, oh yeah, how's it going is a terrible question. Good morning. Are you feeling well today? Yes, no. Feel free to expound. It's really a difficult habit to break, surprisingly, for as terrible as I find it. But that's because I was conditioned to do it. I feel like I don't need the picture in this part, and this will be bigger than. See what I'm saying? Okay, I don't love that. Okay, first and foremost, let me just drag this down and then alt this. Rip. Okay, something like that. Control. I wanna have control. I want perfect body. I want perfect banana soul. Want you to know that when my banana is a banana. Okay, sorry. Am I? Maybe I'm not, sorry. That's wrong. Okay. What? Bro. What have I done? That's definitely not it. Oh, good God. I think I have to like actually edit it into the right size. Is that what we're doing? Probably. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. Control. I pop a banana. Your FedEx is gone from Prozac. Okay, cool. I actually slept for 8 hours, so I think Prozac was the problem. And oh no! You have a headache from Prozac? That's not good. I did not know that it could cause that. Okay. That's no fun. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. That doesn't sound terribly successful. Okay. But so your sleep is better on this new antidepressant regimen that you are studying. That's good. That's super good. I'm gonna pull this in a little bit. I said a little bit. I said a little. Okay. I think this needs to go over a little bit too, like there. Then I can pull this back out. We're just getting real picky here. Oh, what the damn you. Oh, really? I was doing so well. Okay. And then this needs to go in a little bit. Like that. Nope, more. Okay, we're trying the YouTube chat thing again. The other ones seem to be kind of weird. That's fine. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go brush my teeth. Have you brushed your teeth yet? Probably, because you're in a different area than me. You're on the East Coast, aren't you? All right, I'm gonna do a quick brushing of the teeth thing. Sounds like, what is it? Something of the lowering of the guard? I don't know. You're at work. Okay. All right, I'll be right back. Changing of the guard. Wait. I think all my royal stuff got mixed up. It's like you can lower the gate or something, but you change the guard. I don't know. Lower the drawbridge. There we go. I just think they have moats over there. I'm American. What? Hello, I'm back. I returned. Okay. Wait, what are you saying? Is West Coast even America? No. We're our own planet. Forget America. Are we even Earth? No. We're an alien colony. Definitely. Without a doubt. Okay. Hello. All right. No, I feel like we're another planet. I do. I feel this tremendously. Yeah. I trained in Ohio. I trained in Columbus, Ohio. And after that, I was supposed to be there a year. I lasted like 6 months, if that. I don't even know if I lasted that long. And then I got a shirt that said, "Friends don't let friends live in Ohio." Which I think I may have lost. I may have lost that shirt, or I gave it away or something. I don't know. But yeah, Friends don't let friends live in Ohio was my takeaway from that experience. It was terrible. It was awful. I think I'm going to be this banana. I think I am. I think I just don't want to... yeah, I'm fine. I'd rather be... This banana has a voice to it, though, so maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do something different. Let's go ahead and be something different. Let's do something random, I guess. I love being banana, though. This is the Tinder banana. It's a whole shtick, and, like, the voice is kind of difficult to do, so I'm not going to do it. Pumpkins? We're not anywhere near that. I want something that hides my face more, frankly. Not mad at it. More hide of face, please. Haven't taken a shower. Perfect. Maybe not. Maybe. No. I want. That's great. Okay. No. I can't see what I'm picking. That's not bad. It does. Is it backwards though? It is, right? I'd have to switch it around. Oh, I just don't feel like being... I don't want to be perceived anymore. Perfect. These are all great. Why should I... Oh man, this is the life. Look at that. I feel so beautiful right now. That's kind of cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Amazing. That's kind of the internal mood. This is the external mood. This is, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm a cat. Okay. Come on, y'all. Okay, this is to make me feel insecure about my features. Help topics on the help menu. Yeah, I do need help. Perfect. I feel like it's harder to get people to watch me when I'm just literally oh, I love being this lamb. This lamb is my favorite. We're just going to be this. This baby lamb is what I use for when I talk about, like, abortion access and how the only ethical and logical position is to fully support access to abortion, period. Justifiable. Logically and ethically justifiable is my exact words, because justifiable in terms of logic and in terms of ethics is actually slightly different, because I'm using justifiable from the perspective of those two disciplines. So, also this baby lamb. So cute. It's non-threatening, so that's why I decided to go with it. You know, you want to be non-threatening when you talk about something that people can get all types of ways about. Or you can't be friends. I mean, honestly, though, it's a big deal. But yeah, so this exists. All right, I'm just going to be this lamb. People will stop by and leave immediately, probably, but it's fine. Or, you know what I really wanted to be was like a flower, like with just the flower head. Okay, I'm going to find it. You know what? I really, really want that. Give me a second. I think I'm not far from it. Am I? I don't know. So it's Monday. I'm going back to work stuff today. Who's a good boy? Me? A croissant. Why did my brain immediately go, when your moon hits your eye, this is not Italian, I'm a croissant. Lima bean, hearts, there's gotta be, okay, this is getting kind of wild. But yeah, I want there's this like really cute pink flower, and I don't think I'm gonna find it, unfortunately. But that's what I wish I could be. I mean, I could just go with this. Like, look at the Pokemons. I'll just be Pokemon lady. That's fine. I'm gonna get an inventory of these so that, because you can't see what any of them are because technically this thing doesn't exist anymore, so it's on my computer and not connected to the internet, so I can't lose it. Oh, most of your family. Yeah, that's common. If you'd like to hear my airtight explanations of why it's important, if you ever want to talk to your family about what they're doing, I can give you them. My perspective is different than what I've heard other people say. I believe I am some type of like self-trained expert in feminism. Never worth it. Yeah, word. But yeah, but if it would be helpful for you at any point to hear a more complete collapsing of the whole situation, I can do that. I provide that. And it just can, because basically, like, a lot of people they're basically trying to torture women with the functions of our own body. They want us to torture ourselves inside of our minds and then try to torture other women inside of their minds. It's bad. Because 600-person village. Jesus. That's fascinating. But yeah, if you ever, I can basically like sure up your current explanation of it if you should ever want that. I don't know how to explain this very well. How to explain this? Like, if you told me how you see it, it's possible you've gotten it to the level that I have. It's possible. It's just not that, like, I worked really hard on this to get it to that point. So I haven't seen it turn out that way without that kind of work. Brought him to the dark side. Well, there's no dark side, you know. There's dismantling thought errors that are pervasive in society because they prop up certain ideologies that have pretty much set the course of society towards, and civilization towards, a certain expression of our inventions, ideas, tools. We could direct those efforts now in a different way, but the origin point is all of those ideologies. 9 very conservative siblings. Well, yeah. But the breakdown of it, I can do it. So, yeah. I'm gonna close this. All right, let's do some tracking. I guess I'll go here. And then I'll do my spatial calendar and just sort of think about the week. So I had this idea for, I think you might have been there, something that I want to call, I said superposition by accident once, which is something totally different. Superimposition. Uh-oh. Wait, where'd it go? Shoot, hold on. Whoops. Whoops. What did I do? Oh, good God. Hang on, I have to make sure I'm on this one. Got it. This thing I was calling superimposition, where it's like a role-playing type of thing, but it's around the task that you actually have to do, but you superimpose on top of it like a world with an interesting plot, like you're improvising an episode of a cool TV show, and that's how you get through the thing that you want to get done. Yeah, okay, you were there. Okay, so superimposition I think is a really, really, really good idea that is possible with AI. Probably possible right this second, but I don't know how to get from that idea to it existing quite yet. I mean, I guess I could just figure out ChatGPT. I guess that's one way to do it. AI gold rush begin. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, well, I'll figure that out in a bit. All right, so I guess I'll just start designing it. But yeah, this week would be, I think I feel so motivated about it that I think I should just try to get some running working model of it going this week, even if it's not that sophisticated, and just start messing with it, because the idea is that this would be a tool to get things done. I also want to sit down and finish doing all my skimming on the idea of episodic memory and how I think this is a way to like hack people whose what do you call it? Well, sequencing memory, there's another name for that, but like episodic memory is sort of what we're stuck working with, is my working hypothesis. And then if that's true, then we should have interventions that, instead of just like focusing on what we can't do, actually optimize what we can do on purpose. So at risk of over-explaining myself and saying something that you already get, like, that's sort of what's on the forefront of my mind this week, is to like try to, as best as possible, refine what I currently think and understand about that, or, you know, junk it if it turns out that I'm barking up the wrong tree, but to finish that exploration and then immediately apply it to, I guess ChatGPT is what I'm thinking. Also, what is going on here? Hold on. My thing is annoying me. Okay, there you go. I have a mouse pad that's kind of peeling apart, and I don't know what to do, so I'm just scraping off the part that's already coming off. May not be the most elegant solution, but it's the one that I have. It's fine. Okay. Right. So let's do some tracking. And then today I have like a heavier work day. I was also going to one more time double check that I did not catch the global pandemic virus, which I don't think that I have at all. But that was a scare, and I needed to respond to it as if it was possible that I caught it, because I live with my parents. They are people who had kids really, really late. So both of them are plenty past the window of high risk for age. Okay, I don't want to use this one. I'm going to use the other one. My bad. This one. Okay. But yeah. So I'm currently feeling a bit wonky because I'd had a week off of work, thanks to that being what happened, and the fact that I have to follow the protocols that are the strictest, for the sake of the health of my family. So coming out of that, I feel a little weird. I keep going back to this idea of like, what am I doing as an autistic person in my life? Oh gosh, that 90% stat hit me so hard. I just never sat down and calculated it that way. I knew that I think it's like 50%, maybe even 60% are underemployed. So it never really struck me how many of us all together are. And then I was like, God damn, like, do you know, like I was thinking about like, what other things are 10% to give people a sense of it. And then like support was saying like 10% is people who earn over 130K a year in the US. And then another thing that it struck me, therefore, was like, do you know how people are left? Yeah, underemployment is 100% my life. 100%. Never not been. I don't know what that's even like. So I was trying to think of like a number that other people could also understand, because there's a genetic component to this, like, or it's like, yeah, no, I mean genetic. I mean, forget about heritability. This is a genetic condition, you know. It's in our DNA. So I was like, all right, people who are left-handed. Do you know what percentage of people are left-handed? You can guess probably, because this is going to be the comparison that I give people. 10%. Yeah. It's highly heritable, but not always It can be a de novo mutation. That's how you say that, right? De novo? Sometimes I pronounce things wrong because I read them and don't hear them. Or is it de novo? De novo? De novo? De novo? Damn it. Yeah, more research, good. More research, good. Yes, yay. Do research, yay. But yeah, so point being though, it's like, so percentage of people that are left-handed is 10%, right? So then you can tell people like, so you know, like 90% of people are right-handed. That's 90% of people with autism and underemployment and unemployment. So 10% of us have full employment. And I don't even know what that says about their history. You see what I'm saying? I think that's just a snapshot way of interpreting the data, not a historical. So I don't know. You don't want me on the soapbox? Sure I do. I love soapboxes. Makes me feel less alone on mine. So, yeah. I got extra sleep yesterday, which I really, really did need. I did do housekeepathon. I really need to track at the end of housekeepathon, but I keep forgetting, so I don't know. Maybe I can, I'll make an alarm for that. That would actually help. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my doop. Okay. Alarm clock. Okay. It's not what I wanted to do, is it? I don't know. I don't even know. Look at that later. Okay, should have heard me after I missed out on the paint company permanent job for 400, which by the way is why I wound up with this. Oh, huh. Yeah, you know what? I had a, yeah, I think a lot of us, we ended up with a diagnosis after like a final straw in something where it's like, okay, it's either this or something really serious, which this is serious, but I was like, I need to know what this is, because it's not nothing. I already suspected it, but like I have a couple features of catatonia with I can get a slight catatonic episode apparently if my meltdowns are intense enough and too close together. And I had that experience. I was like, you know what? I thought I was having a stroke. It was just catatonic episode. And that was important to, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so when our nervous system like hits rock bottom, I think that's when a lot of us get assessed. Whatever that looks like for us, you know, my nervous system hit rock bottom. I was like, Jesus, what is going on? But I don't have enough catatonic symptoms to get like a diagnosis with catatonia, but there is autism with catatonia and I have features of it. So that's good to know, at least. It's like, okay, explains a lot. My brain is fine. Well, you know, from a different perspective. And this is why I have ASD diagnosis, MDD, GAD, SAD, and antidepressants. I see. Fascinating. Yeah, I didn't rack up as many diagnoses as I think I possibly could have, but I also see, this is the thing though. I think it's because I started working with psychology as a coping support really early because it was just in my home environment. So like in terms of using psychological tools, I'm quite good with that. So there's only so far you can say with diagnoses, because it's like, well, you don't really have features of that, and you're not really doing that, and you're doing that, and you're doing this coping thing, and that's fine, and like, yeah, I just had it around, like I told you, my mom's an IO psychologist, so like, and she's also on the spectrum, so it was definitely something that was just normal to hear for me since I was like a baby. Okay, let's go here. I'm gonna have to do 250 is when I should be doing my tracking at the end of the stream. That gives me a chance to talk to people too. Maybe 255, honestly. Okay. Every Sunday. Save. Okay, got it. We all knew I was sad. SAD, seasonal affective disorder, general anxiety disorder, because all high school friends would have even said, wow, you're kidding. Oh, interesting. I thought, you know, in Ohio, I thought I was getting seasonal affectiveness disorder because of the I came in the fall and then was there through the winter. Wait, what's SA? Yeah, it's just Ohio depression. Yeah, well, I also think that sensory-wise, it might have been causing problems for me, and at the time I didn't understand, you know, sensory fatigues and all these issues that come up with autism. So I think I also was experiencing something related to autism and that environmental, you know, change. Social anxiety. Okay. Yeah, I've had people try to talk to me about social anxiety, but I've never had a diagnosis of it. I don't have social anxiety. I really don't. It's just the autism. Like, it's just like, okay, something's gonna go wrong. But I just don't experience it as actual anxiety. I don't know. I'm just confused and I can't predict things. And that's all. Yeah, ASD does not require it. I just have both. Fascinating. Yeah. Well, I know that I can get mistaken for it, I guess, especially in when they're looking at people that are girl, women type things. Yeah, whether ASD causes it, I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Huh. I'm curious. How would you answer this question? Any way is fine. Are there environments where it's better, and are there environments where it's worse? Like, is there a best environment or set of circumstances? And vice versa, whichever. Yeah, this society. Well, and at the time we were growing up, right? They would have just they really did have more strict categories of like what they thought was normal for a girl and a boy. Dark lights helps. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. Okay, I'm happy enough with this. This is fine. Gonna go into my spatial planner. Spatial calendar. It's not a plan. I can't do it. I cannot do it. ASD overstimulation I'm learning about. Yeah. In fact, speaking of, I think I'm gonna throw on some ear defenders this morning. Oh, that's the good stuff. Oh yeah, high school dances, forget that. My school didn't have them, which was like actually a boon for me because I had been to some for junior high. Nope. No good. Didn't like. You know what was frustrating for me is like because oh, sorry, this feels so good. Because one of my special interests is styling and fashion, I'd be like really excited to do that part, and then I get there and I'd be like, oh my god, I don't want to be here. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, mine didn't really have prom or anything. We had like a senior banquet, so I still got to get dressed up, but I just took my friend Christina with me. I got a really pretty dress. I just like the dressed part. I like fashion, that's all. So I was just doing that. So it depends for me because there's sensory issues with it, and there's also just like cultural issues with it. So what I've learned is exactly what I know so much about clothing that I can play with it. It's basically like it's at the level of like art for me, and I've been working on it from that perspective since I was, I don't know, 8. So I was studying books on fashion, history, design, styling, makeup, color theory, yeah, like couture. Yeah, it just depends. So like, I can split hairs now, so like if there's less clothing in one area, I can maximize it in another until it looks like an art piece. The thing I don't do is cleavage because there's no point to it for me, for one. For two, I just don't want people to look at that. Makes me extremely uncomfortable. But I can do lots of other things. But then also I was a ballet dancer, so I can draw the human form, and I've thought a lot about visual aesthetics and lines. So like, you know, like in a painting, your eye moves along a certain line that's dictated by the design and the little tricks of the painter. Yeah, so I found a way to cope with all of that stuff by just knowing so much about it that I can hack it all the time, and everyone's like, wow, that looks really cool. I'm like, thanks. Covers up all my sensory issues. Haha. But it took years. It's like it took me decades to get to this point. I can teach people even at this, like, you know what I mean? Like I can teach people fashion school, but it takes a lot to get to that point. It's one strategy of many. I was considered a tomboy when I was a kid. It's probably just sensory issues, honestly. It's sensory issues, and also, so if society is going to impose things on you and they already don't understand you, certainly getting the stuff that we think about female people ideologically, getting that imposed on you is really, really not good, especially as an autistic girl, woman. Like you can get attacked, or I guess selected for, by predators and lots of other issues. So being a tomboy is protective and smart, and sensory issues also tap into that. Yeah, that makes sense. Makeup also takes a really, really, really long time to learn how to do. So I started working on those skills, and I was allowed to work on them weird. So the first thing I did with makeup was make realistic bruises. Yeah, and I don't mind that. I desensitize and I also know exactly what product to put by my eye so it feels the most comfortable. So I have 2 kinds of eyeliners that I like, and I don't use anything else, you see, because I've refined it to that point. yeah, it's doable, but it's, again, you have to become sort of an expert for it to work, I think, in my opinion. You can't just throw something on, won't work. You have to know all your options and then be able to navigate perfectly to the one that works with all of the issues with ASD. So I think being a tomboy is one option to create, you know, plausible deniability for why you can't do things that other people are able to do. Oh, I just don't feel like it. I was like, well, you don't feel like it because it's a sensory nightmare if you just dive head first the way that people do. Oh, it's expensive. It takes time. If you get nothing out of it, don't do it. It's not worth it. It's a complete waste of time. If the only reason to do makeup is if it is soothing to apply it, which only gets to be soothing at a certain level of technical proficiency, and if you like to visually stim by looking at it, that's the only reason. If it's a tactile stim while applying it, and you can do something else while you're applying it, like do something worthwhile, listen to a book on tape, listen to a lecture. So do something worthwhile while you apply it. Never waste your time while applying it, because you're competing with people who never apply makeup. So you have to use that time extremely wisely, because otherwise you're knocking yourself even further back in a race that you were held down to the floor for the first 20 minutes. And it's expensive. It's just it's a time thing. However, you know, if you're spending less time doing makeup than people socialize to take on the other role in society or doing video games, you're probably okay. But also, while you're doing makeup, you should absolutely be listening to something educational, is my opinion on that. And if for any reason whatsoever it's not comfortable, don't do it. You shouldn't feel any pressure to apply makeup, ever. Yeah, I hate jeans too. And I was able to do it for maybe like 3 years when it was really in style to wear jeans, and I was like, okay, fine. But I found one brand of jean that fit me properly, that didn't bother me, that like the way it was cut didn't bother me. And I got like 5 pairs of those, and then I rotated those out, and then I stopped wearing them. As soon as that was no longer fashionable, I was like, I'm over it. I don't want to do this again. Yeah, I don't own any now. I got rid of all of them. Well, that's not strictly true. I have one pair of jeans that I hang on to because they were my favorite, and I was like, well, maybe one day I might need this, and they were like my absolute favorite of the ones that I ever owned, so I kept that one. It was actually pretty comfortable for a jean. Yep. Notice the seams. The whole texture of it is wrong. I hate it. I hate the feeling on my legs. I hate the feelings when my hand touches it. I hate it. I hate the feeling of sitting down in them. Terrible. Like the way that it feels against your hip socket. Nope. Really bad. You know what I just got? I just got some corduroy shorts that like are not too, they're pretty loose. First of all, they're a dark turquoise, which is a favorite color of mine to visually look at. And I love the feeling of, I love the texture of corduroy. I always did. Like on the inside, it's relatively soft and smooth, and on the outside, it's bumpy. So I'm like, bumpy pants. I'll sit in here and bumpy pants. Wow. And I'll just be, yeah, long pants for work, because lab, that makes sense. Yeah, I prefer having things that are just above my knee as like my fave. I don't know what that is. I like rolling up my sweatpants just above my knee, or like pulling them up, scrouching them up. Hi, cooked hams. Yeah, corduroy is like, I always, like, since I was a kid, like corduroy has this nice, like, I don't know, feel to it that you can always just be like la 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 la. Shorts, it just depends. Like, it depends on how they fit. What I actually want, it's like, I wish I could wear like what is those, like, not doubloons, pantaloons or something like that, like just like that, you know, that poofy thing that they wore in medieval times. That's what I want. But who knows what that is. The tricky thing is like it feeling like it's hitting me on the right place with the right amount of like stretch or give, and not too bulky in the waistband. If there's a bulky waistband, that bothers me. It's just, there's like a lot of things that I'm like, okay, that's fine, that's not, that's fine, that's not. And then I have to like do a trade-off at a certain point. I'm most comfortable, honestly, though, in a ballet leotard and tights, but I think it's because it's like basically feels like full body compression. So I was like, oh. When I thought about that, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense now. So having that underneath stuff feels so much better. Okay, I need to find what is going on today. I forget already. My library. Mainly wear pajama pants, shorts during anything that isn't going to work. That's what's up. I love pajama pants. Also, welcome in. I'm sitting down in jeans right now, and I'm now focused on it. Sorry. I did not know. Okay, so today my schedule is going back to normal. Include custom content, and then what did I put? So I have meetings. That's different. Okay, 2-on-1. That's happening here. And then I forget when it goes till. When I did my like brief stints of like university, and I realized that like I went to morning classes so I could go to ballet for the rest of the day, but I realized that people were showing up in pajamas. I was like, oh, I'm doing that. I was like, oh, college students can just run around in pajamas if they have morning classes? Oh, you don't say. So that was like, I don't know how many days I did that. Most days, probably, at some point. Okay, what am I thinking? Oh, I need to look at my schedule. Where is my schedule? Question mark. That's not it. Nope. Oh, that's very not good. Hold on a second. Do I need to open another browser? I might. I just may. Okay, wait, I'm gonna move over to a different thing briefly, I think. Hold on. Oh, no, definitely. Yeah. See, what I did was become a ballet dancer, so that solved some of it. And then I became a rapper, and people do not care so much. They're like, oh, you know, she's hip-hop. She dresses like that all the time. Like, ha 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 ha. Okay, let's go over here for a second. Don't mind me. Okay, so I need to just check my schedule, so I'm gonna do that. Calendar. I can't remember my calendar without looking at it. Like, who can even do that? Is this my password? I have no idea what my password is. Okay, that's not gonna work. Bruh. Okay. I don't know what to do here. This is not working. So weird. Having a problem here. Anyways, so yeah, so if people wanted to just talk about like any goals that you have going forward, that's always good to know. New window. Okay, I think this is where it should be. I think this is what I want. No, where is my other... Oh, fuck. Shit. I need to be able to get into my work email. But now it's like, add another account. I don't want to add another account. They were already added. Oh, you bastards. Next. I don't remember my password. Okay. Alright, I got it. Okay. Yay, favorite shirt. I do not have a busy life, so usually my calendar's pretty miserable. I always ingrain into my brain just in case. Yeah, my life is busier than it should be. Only because I don't have a lot of choice but to have it be a little more on the busy side right now. Which I don't really like, but I need to for work reasons. Okay, okay, 5 to 6. I got it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the other screen. I think I'm anxious about going back to work after having a week where I wasn't working. Oh, I already forgot how late this goes. God damn it. I think it goes till 6, so it should go till here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to go back to work now. I think I'm just genuinely struggling with burnout, but there's nothing I can really do about it. It's just what it's going to be like for a while, and I'm kind of bummed out about it because I don't know what to do. I can't have a busy life since my brain thrives on routine. I can. I was talking to the peer support, or no, peer support, sorry, that's me. I was talking to the book club meetup that I'm in right now about like this boom and bust cycle, and I do better with like boom and bust, like work for a while, but then I need to be able to stop, and that doesn't seem to fit into a traditional work situation. Like you can't do like I would do better if I could do like 2 weeks insane, 1 week implode, 2 weeks insane, 1 week implode, and not do anything, but that's not like, it's not how it's set up. But I would do better if I could work like that, so it's kind of frustrating. Okay, let me go get my other things added back. ADHD type executive function. Well, and then like my questions are like, what really is executive function? I wanted to all be more specific because it's still too general for me to like, because I know if I don't start to do specifically what works for me and have a better model as to why, I'm going to end up spending time doing things that don't work, which I don't want to. I guess I can. I don't feel comfortable doing that though. Like I don't want to get stuck on anything that turns out to not apply to me. So I'm trying, my main thing is that I'm trying to get as specific as possible with what works and what isn't going to work. All right, this is gonna go. I already did that. I think we said 11:30 is when I'm supposed to be there, not 11. Oh, there's so much we don't know because psychiatry wasn't originally based on neuroscience, and it should be almost exclusively based on that, but it couldn't be earlier on in the whole, you know, history of it. That wasn't possible. So we have to make do for now with, you know, this process of debunking and holding multiple hypotheses in our heads simultaneously, assuming that some of the ones that we were given at the beginning of setting the whole framework are wrong, are junk data. Psychiatry used to equal some well, it was morality. It was the replacement for the priest. So the role of the psychologist was that of a priestly class put into a framework that would be more acceptable to oh brain, come on, you can do this. The Enlightenment, post-Enlightenment. We needed to have a post-Enlightenment priest. Well, I say it like because my other text wouldn't show up, probably because of the word I used. Oh, okay. Yeah, there is some restrictions on this just to prevent trolling. I apologize for any limitations that's creating, but yeah. But, you know, the thing about, like, post-Enlightenment thinking is it still was invested in certain hierarchies being proved to be the natural order of things. So it's not like this thing that's free from essentialist hierarchical ideologies. Like, it's not. It was trying to find a scientific basis for the same reasoning and the same conclusions. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, there's I'm not even sure. I've got it on it's like on like a experimental strict mode. So there's also that it might be doing some weird stuff because it's not what do you call it? It's a prototype, you know, whatever they call that. It's experimental. Okay. Much of the substance issue therapy is religion-based, so I have opinion. It's religion-based. It's very morality-based. It creates problems with shame, which is going to create a higher incident and risk of substance use in the first place. So it's such a mess. Yeah, I probably would have very similar opinions. Like the whole issue with AA and OA and the higher power. Yep, shame, fear, detachment. Shame is pain. Shame is pain. Fear is pain. They're in pain. Most of these substances are going to act on pain receptors and block. Some of them, that is explicitly what they were made to do. Humans discovered them for that purpose. Shame is the same as fear, is the same as pain. Yeah. It's okay. Your opinions are accurate, I'm sure. If you're down that chain of thinking, yes. It's beyond an opinion, it's just a frustrating, protest against what people are doing that you have to make because it's just not fair or worth it to leave it as it is. There's so many ways that we're hemorrhaging people's quality of life. It's just terrible. It's also more knowledge of the brain and psychology than some of the crazies in the world. Having a hard time sewing that sentence into what it's responding to from what I said. We need more knowledge of the brain and psychology, neuropsychology specifically, where you're taking neuroscience and applying it to any model of brain and behavior. Yeah. Oh, you're fine. This chat is not ideal. It's not ideal for autistic brains, period. So I always appreciate people slogging through it. It's not ideal at all. Not even close. Where's the one that I want? Not that one. Not that one. This one. Oh yeah, that's right, I did perform. I was like, why do I have this here? Oh, that's good that your social anxiety is better. To the extent that I experienced rumination around social events, that improved with my antidepressant, so that's good. That is exciting. Alright, let's see how much this is costing me. I didn't make it to this birthday party, unfortunately. I couldn't go. I meant to, but I couldn't do it. Okay. That looks right. Okay, so if I try to save this, save lot, it costs $586. Interesting. I feel like I should try. At first I thought like 600K was a good value thing. It's a little arbitrary, don't mind that, but maybe 590 is actually my upper limit. Calm down, that I don't know what to feel. It's so strange. Interesting. Well, I think enjoy the sense of relief as much as you can. Enjoy it. Just say like, oh good, I'm getting a break. Ah. I would definitely like just acknowledge the safety that you're experiencing. That's going to be helpful in enhancing the learning about it that you're going to do. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm safe. Am I safe? I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Oh, I'm safe. Yeah, it sounds like you're having a successful response to the intervention that you're trying. Good. That's good. Yeah, no, that's very good. Yeah, I try to... I listen to a lot of Mr. Rogers music to remind me of the lessons that are the most reassuring and that I also believe in. Yeah, no, that side effect wouldn't make sense. You need sleep or it's not going to work. Like, sleep is essential. That's part of how your body works its metabolic magic. It's, yeah, you have to have the sleep work as well as possible. Yeah, that would be super counterproductive. Okay, I did that. Yeah, I cried at one point because I was tired. Yep, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me. I have been there. I have like a mild form of sleep apnea, which is like debatable what I should be doing treatment wise, but whatever. But at certain times it's been more of a problem. And I have definitely cried out of fatigue. Yeah, this cannot continue. Yep. No, that's good that you've addressed it. This is very, very good. And so far you're having a big change, which is, I'm sure, a tremendous relief. Okay, so I think that's good enough. I saved this, right? I'm gonna save one more time. Yeah, it was, I might try it again. I was having issues with allergies and just like this whole thing with the mask. So I might try again though, because my allergies have been improving thanks to some of the other stuff I'm doing. Sometimes it was really difficult to breathe through my nose, so I would rip off the mask in the middle of the night. But if I had the full mask, I'd also rip that off. So it's just the whole thing. I'm gonna pull this one on. Oh, actually I have to plug it in. Will you move outside? Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna do some taking notes things because there's stuff I'm going to work on this week that would be important. Why isn't this working? Should be. Hold on, this is going to be weird for a second. Hi. There you go. No, you want to go outside? Okay. Confusion. I will be upside down momentarily. Thank you. So, my new thing. Worry about that next. One second. Or slept by 20 minutes even today. Well, because if you want to sleep, like your metabolic balance is probably way off, so it would take a while to recover. So just allow yourself to acknowledge that you still feel your arousal levels a bit low. And, keep doing the sleep thing. Give it time to recover. I don't like this one. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't like this either. Priorities is not a thing I understand. It doesn't make sense to me. I'll worry about that later. Notes. Where's the self-portrait part? I thought they did that. Here we go, self-portrait. 10:15 to 7:45 a.m. Yeah, no, you need more sleep. That's all. You must have like a massive sleep debt. It's going to take a long time for you to recover. Maybe not forever, maybe longer than you want. You know what I mean? Longer than you'd hope. I don't like where that neck is placed. Hold on. Usually place a little further back. There. More expressive. Do this. And then I've got like 15 minutes left. I'm just kind of sitting here today because I don't know. Let's start asking questions. Why do I feel weird? Great question, Jane. I think I'm just like, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit unsure about what I'm doing in the world, but that's not abnormal for me. I've been thinking a lot about what my autism actually means in terms of interventions that will actually work for me and therefore could work for others who have overlap. And then I'm like, what is that overlap? And you know, I hate the idea of like, what is personality? I'm like, well, everything is personality. What do you mean? So I don't think my personality is at all separable from autism. Like, that doesn't, no way. There's no way. So then it's like, okay, so if I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, then on some level I'm making a comment on how I want to respond to autism. Which might be different than how other people want to respond to it, which is very, very interesting. And that's sort of like, if anything's your personality, it's like that part where you're like, well, I'm gonna be distinguishable from other people because I'm going to respond differently. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like, so the way that I would, so nature nurture, the way that I would respond to that is the way that I've learned to because of LFB, Lisa Feldman Barrett. We have a nature that depends on nurture. Does that make sense? So they're completely the same concept in terms of, yeah, like our nature cannot function without nurture activating certain epigenetic expressions of our potential. Genetics affect of course they affect personality. How could you possibly disagree with, like, this is where I think the paradigm is just wrong. I think it just makes way more sense to say we have a nature that is completely dependent on nurture. Our nature is to respond to nurturance, and it's like, I said it, the way that I framed it before hearing that framing of it is that we are dynamically interdependent on our environment at all times, especially as we're developing, right? So it's like we're wiring for our environment. We are adapting to our environment and learning what our environment is as we're going through different developmental phases, as you know, as we're getting to our first adult form, which then we have some neuroplasticity, but not as outrageously fluid and mobile as the first, encounter with all these concepts and environments. So we wire to the environment that we think we're going to live in as little babies. Yeah, you still have genetic predisposition, but I guess the environment is going to switch things on and off, is what I'm saying. So you have genetic predispositions. There's only so many ways that your genetics can go, but the choices, the yes, no, on, off between different, triggers is what you are evaluating on a epigenetic level as you are growing. And then that's how that gene expresses. It thinks it has limited forms of expression based on your genetics. And some things, the environment that could trigger the other expression is so rare that almost nobody has that triggered. So you can have patterns where it's like the vast majority of people will respond to the pressure in that way versus another way. So you might have to have some consideration for that. Like, some things are going to develop atypically more frequently, and some things very infrequently. The limits of your expression have been set by your genetics, but we don't really know. We can't like figure out what all your limits are. So that's not information that we as humans have access to. We can speculate. And one of the better ways to speculate is to get a bunch of people who are displaying the same pattern and the frequency, and then like just kind of do like evaluations of the probability of somebody turning out like such and so forth, like for example the right-handed thing. But we don't really know the full, like we wouldn't know the full potential of like what does a right-handed person have as their upper limit of dexterity versus a left-handed person. Any individual one, we don't know that. We just know some of the basics of like, well, that one turned out right-handed, that one turned out left-handed. But that's not all there is to that story. Yeah, genetics are our limits, right. Nurture decides where we can go for potential nurture, meaning whole life. Sure. Yeah, genetics are our limits, but we as humans can't interpret those limits with a lot of nuance or specificity or insight. We have some insight, but not a lot, is what I'm gonna argue. And sometimes a limitation, because our potential is dependent on the technologies that we are applying it to, like we have to invent the technology that's going to become where that potential gets channeled into and developed. Then like sometimes if somebody has a limitation, it can actually enhance the understanding of the technology, because you're like, oh, well, how does this person do this if they have this limitation? And then it expands what we understand about technique. So that's super valuable too. Well, not only are we just don't understand. Like, there's only so much of reality we can perceive, because that's not what we're made to do. Like, we're moving our bodies around the environment. That's why we developed all of this interpretation of sense data. We're just trying to manage our body budget and move around. So our goal isn't to perceive the universe, even though that's what it like emerges as, because the more complex our environment, the better we have to understand what's going on around us to make good predictions of what we should be doing, and then those decisions lead to us, living long enough to potentially continue the species and continue our genetics onwards. So we're trying to survive long enough to at least do that and make sure, where some of our information is passed down through explanation. So we need to be around long enough to explain those technological adaptations to our progeny and beyond and whatever. Yeah, you don't have to reproduce. Like, I mean, technically speaking, that's what it's supposed to gear. Like, technically speaking, that is what it wants. But we are a very social species, so you still are gonna have some motivation, unless if you have something that's causing you to be antisocial, which is another question of genetics, like what's happening there. But you'll be motivated to inform other humans about what you learned. So, yeah. So those, you're still helping the future generations, just not the ones that you're directly related to, but you could be still like you're your relatives may hear that information. So like if you have like a cousin or something and they have a kid and blah, blah, blah. So you're still helping some of your genetic information to keep going forward, potentially. And, you know, you can go beyond that and just think about, like, the human species. At the end of the day, we're one species. So you're helping the species to keep going. It's fascinating, though, like, being a member of a social species. So that can take a back seat to other ways of contributing. Like, it's so expensive to make our brains. It takes so long. And then our brains have learned vital information about the environment, so, you know, you don't want to lose that information just because somebody doesn't have progeny of their own. Alright, I'm pretty much at the end of stream time, so tomorrow should be hopefully a more interesting stream. I may spend a lot of tomorrow just working on different ideas for that, what am I calling it again? I keep thinking of the wrong name. Superimposition thing. I think I'm going to start messing around with that. And then just see if I can like marathon that, like read the studies that I wanted to skim over about memory and episodic memory, and see if I can use that information to come up with a like basic way of doing the process, organizing it, picking things out, and actually executing it. And that's, I think, what I'll be up to. Let's see. There's my drawing of myself. That's cute. I have to go to a meeting. Blah, blah, blah. I don't really want to. But it's okay. I don't know why I don't really want to. Just feeling that type of way. Thank you for being here. Glad you came through. Appreciated having you here. And yeah, sorry, my energy, yeah, this is a little bit disorganized today. Ideally, it will be better in the coming weeks, most of the time, but I'm just going through a weird transitional thing right now where I'm like, okay, what is this other tool that I need to do kind of like co-working / body doubling / parallel play? What is that, and how do I turn it into something that works with this working hypothesis that I have about how my memory doesn't work normally, but I'm compensating with episodic memory, and that I could, or non-declarative memory, and that I could possibly design some way to do that more intentionally and on purpose so that it's even more functional. Because right now I'm frustrated with some of my functioning related to that. I can do better though. I'm a performer, you know what I mean? And I definitely want this to be something that I get in the bag, get in my lane, in the pocket. So I'll get there. So thank you for your patience while I'm definitely not feeling like I'm as close as I want to be. But I'm learning. That's what matters. Okay, cool. Wait, I wanna put my shirt thing on. I am not a duck. All right. Yeah, it is all we can do sometimes. Okay, have a good rest of your day. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow will be a more interesting stream. Bye.